over this way? Yeah, I am feeling a lot of that anxious energy, huh? I see what you mean. Ah, this one, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so. I gotta agree with you. I think they could really use some of our help, huh? Oh, hello there. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wensley. I'm one of the caretaker fairies of this garden. We work for the queen herself. Huh? No, 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 not that queen. The queen bee, silly. Obviously, the human rulers like to think that they're the ones in charge, but we know better. The queen bee is truly the bee's knees. Anyway, so I work in the gardens here, tending to all of the flowers and the plants, and of course, all of our little creature friends as well. This is Benny, by the way. He's my little friend. Would you like to say hi? He's a little bit shy, but he's quite nice. And you see, we happened to notice that you brought in some energy to our garden here that is a little frantic. No. It's not your fault. It's not anything to be sorry about, but our bee friends have told us that perhaps you could use just a little bit of help relaxing a little bit. You see, the bees don't like it when you work too hard. You're right. It's sort of a common misconception because people say phrases like busy as a bee, don't they, Benny? Yeah, all the time. But bees are able to be as busy as they are because they also know when to rest. They work hard when it's time to work hard, but they also keep a balance and know how to relax. And if you work busy as a bee all the time, then you're just burned out, not like a bee. And that's not very nice. So I think that we could help you just relax a little bit and maybe find some peace and relaxation in our garden here. What do you say, Benny? Should we help him out? Okay, yeah, I think so too. Is that okay with you? Okay, I promise it won't be anything hard. Hopefully we can just sort of help clear away some of this anxious energy and help you to relax so you can relax like a bee and then be busy as a bee when it's time. Okay? Okay, great. Benny, I think you're just going to sit over there for now, okay? Don't worry. I'll let you help, but why don't you just observe for a little bit? I don't normally work on mortals quite so much. Usually I'm more of the flowers and little buzzy friends myself, but it's pretty much the same concept. And I have some wonderful little tools thanks to our bee friends and, of course, the queen herself. So I think that we should be able to help you out a little bit, okay? First of all, it seems that you're covered in some sort of very sticky, frantic energy, almost like a little bumblebee that's been covered in pollen. Although the bumblebees like the pollen, and this is not the good pollen energy. But I think we'll take some of this. This is my little enchanted pollen puff. Now, if you're allergic to pollen, don't worry. This is a special enchanted kind that you won't be affected by. Don't you worry. But it's very, very soft. And while it is very fluffy, it also is good at just sort of cleaning off that frantic energy that's making you buzz around without direction, without a purpose, buzzing too much. This is good at just collecting all of that little bits of frantic energy, okay? So with your permission, I would like to use my little enchanted pollen and get some of that anxious energy away, okay? Okay, you don't have to do anything for this part. Just try to relax. We'll just collect up some of this anxious, frenzied, bad kind of buzzing energy. There we go. There's quite a lot here. Looks to me like maybe you've been busy as a bee for a very, very long time without giving yourself the time to rest. Is that true? I'm sorry to hear that. Living in the mortal world when people romanticize exhaustion must be a very, very trying place to live. I'm sorry. You know, the bees can teach us all kinds of things about work. Not just being able to work hard, because they do work hard, but of knowing when to work and when to rest, and also having different bees that do different things. You know, you have your worker bees, and then you have more of the nurse bees, you have the bees that make the honey, all kinds of different bees that have different jobs, and no one bee tries to do it all. You mortals seem like you always try to do everything. It seems exhausting, really. Like me, for example. I am a caretaker fairy. This is my garden. But I don't try to take care of the whole forest or the whole meadow, just me. And I also don't try to take care of the ocean or the rivers or the streams. This is my garden. This is my job. I can do it very, very well. But I can't do everything. Here's the thing. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. No one can do everything, and that's okay. You don't have to. Do what you are good at to the best of your ability, and take time to rest. That's what the bees said anyway. They are very wise when it comes to this kind of thing. They're very good at picking up on different energies. Just like when they flit from flower to flower, they always know where the pollen is, where the nectar is. And they always know when someone needs a little bit of help. There. That already feels much better. How does it feel to you? Okay, good, good. I'm so glad. All right, Benny, would you like to help us now?
Oh.
Okay, wonderful. My friend Benny would like to help. Is that okay? Okay, he's very nice. Don't worry. Now, for now, I would like you to just look at Benny, okay? I'm going to come in with my honey wand here, but you just focus on Benny. Okay, good, good, good. Keep focusing on Benny. You focus on Benny over there, okay? Ignore the wand. Just focus on Benny. Good. Why don't you follow Benny around a little bit as he flies, okay? Just follow Benny. Good. Wherever he goes, just follow little Benny. Good. Focus on Benny right here. Good, 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 good. All right. Now focus on Benny over here. Just keep focusing on Benny. Good, 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 good. Good, good, good. Remember, ignore the wand. Just focus on Benny. Just focus on Benny as best as you can. Just focus on Benny. bees around, okay? Just focus on Benny. Good. Now could you look at Benny's eye? This eye right here. Good. Now could you focus on this eye right here? Good. Now could you focus on this wing right here? Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Focus on this eye. Good. Focus on this eye. Good. Focus on this cheek. Good. Focus on this cheek. Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Focus on this stripe. This black one right here. Good. Follow that stripe. Just that stripe right there. Good, 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 good. Okay, now focus on this yellow stripe right here, right next to it, okay? Follow that stripe. Just follow that stripe around. Good, good, good. Now follow the plate back here, okay? Just follow that. Good, good, good. Just follow the little bee butt. Good, 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 good. All right. Focus on this eye. Good. Focus on this eye. Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Focus on this wing. Now focus on this eye again. Good. Focus on this eye. Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Focus on this wing. Good. Good job. Oh, you're a little tired now? Okay, you go rest. See, he's on a time where he is not being busy as a bee. He's being restful as a bee. So I'm going to go let him rest, okay? Thank you for your help, Benny. All right. Now I would like you to just follow the tip of my honey wand, okay? This wand is wonderful for just instilling a little bit of happiness. Sweet as honey. Not overly sweet, not any sort of artificial sweetness that you force the sweet in life. Just finding the little sweet moments in life to help us feel at peace and calm and content. Good, just follow that wand, okay? Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, I think we're gonna need to just sort of brush away some more of this, okay? I'm gonna use a little gift from the garden here. These little flowers. They're called billy buttons. Not belly buttons, billy buttons. They have other fancier names too, but I like to call them billy buttons. And these are wonderful for brushing away any sort of heaviness that you're feeling and helping to bring about a sense of calm, okay? Okay, so with your permission, I'm going to use these on you too, okay? It won't actually touch you per se, it'll more just be catching some of that debris in your energy, alright? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Does that feel okay? Okay, good. I mean, it shouldn't be causing any sort of pain. Sometimes when energy is removed, you do feel a little bit of a release. You might get very tired. You might feel a little bit of tingling or something. That's okay. If it gets uncomfortable, do let me know. But releasing that energy, especially if it's something that's been clinging to you for a while, it can be a little bit of work. But in the end, I think it's going to make you much more at peace, which is what we're about here. Here, the garden does not ask anything of you. Everything here in the garden has its time and its place. Flowers bloom when they're supposed to, and then the flowers are done, but the plant lives on. The seeds travel in the wind, or from birds, or from our little bumblebee friends. The garden knows when it is time to bloom and when it is time to rest. I'm just here to help things along a little bit. And to help you today. How am I doing, by the way? Like I said, I don't normally interact with mortals quite very often. Okay. Are bees mortals? What kind of silly question is that? Of course they're not. Oh, I mean, yes, of course they are. They're just bugs, obviously. Nothing special about bees. Of course not. They're very intelligent creatures, though. Very focused. And they're wonderful at community as well. Like I said, every bee has their own job. They know what to do. They know what not to do and what their friends will take care of. They understand that they can't do it all alone. That's why they have a hive. Other bees that they can rely on to make sure that everyone in the hive and the queen are well taken care of. No one bee can do it all. But when you have a whole bunch of bees that work together, they can do amazing things. There. I think that worked to kind of break up some of that heavier energy. Now, I have a gift for you. Penny suggested this, but make sure you don't tell the other bees, okay? It's actually a very, very closely guarded secret. So make sure that you keep your lips shut, okay? This is some enchanted honey. The bees use it when they're incredibly tired, and it helps them recuperate a little bit and feel a little more at ease when they're resting. See, even bees sometimes, they understand that they need to rest, but sometimes the productivity and the numbers and all of that kind of gets to them too. But this is a very special drink to help bring about calm. It's reminiscent of a warm summer's day when you have nothing to do but walk through a garden or pick some strawberries or lounge on a beach somewhere where you get to enjoy the warmth of the sun, a gentle breeze, the sounds of nature, and do nothing but enjoy yourself. We all deserve days like that. No matter what the numbers, what our to-do lists maybe want us to think, we all deserve days of rest and peace. Rest is not something that you earn. It's something that every person needs, and that's okay. So, if you would like, Benny would like to share some of his enchanted nectar with you. Okay. Break the seal on this one. It's a brand new bottle. There we are. Why don't you take a little sip of this, okay? Probably not too much. I've actually never given it to a mortal. I would think it would be fine. Probably. Just a little bit to start with, okay? How does that taste? Okay. You're not feeling any sort of weird sensations, are you? Okay. I shouldn't think so. You can have a little bit more if you'd like. Yeah. Why don't you just have a little bit more of that? It's a lovely, calming, soothing nectar to help you rest guilt-free. Does that sound good? Good. Alright, now I think I would like to just maybe take a little more of an intense approach for you. And I'm just going to come in with my hands and scratch away at some of this energy that might still be clinging to you, okay? Just a little bit. I think it could really be helpful, all right? Yeah, I'm just going to come and just here we go. There we go. Scratch. Just taking away all of that guilt. Scratch. All those expectations that we put on ourselves. Scratch. No one needs anything from you right now. It's time to rest. Just time to rest. Okay? Okay, good. There. You're looking much lighter. If you would like, I could do a little extra just to imbue you with some good, peaceful energy. Okay? Okay. I'm going to use my enchanted pollen again, but this time, instead of trying to collect all of that anxious energy, I'm just going to bestow on you some soft, gentle energy. Don't worry, the anxious energy has been taken care of. It's not here anymore. Enchanted pollen is very good at taking those things away from you and then neutralizing them. So I'm just going to come in and very gently brush this along your aura. If you'd like, I could actually brush it on your face too, because it is very, very soft. Okay, good. There. Does that feel a little more relaxing now? Good, I'm so glad. Oh, would you like to say goodbye, Penny?
Oh.
Penny would like to say goodbye. He wants to make sure that you understand that it's good to work hard sometimes, but only if you also rest hard. If you are good at resting, you will be better at everything else in your life too. Your body requires time to rest. It's not a reward. It's not something that you have to earn. Rest is a part of taking care of yourself, okay? And then you can be busy as a bee, but not right now. Right now it is time to rest, okay? Okay, Benny just really wanted to make sure that you know that, okay? It's time to rest. You are allowed to rest. And you are free to rest in this place as long as you need, okay? If you need anything else, I will be around taking care of the garden and all of my little bee friends. But you are also welcome to just let yourself be. All right, my friend. I'm glad that we ran into you today. I hope that you're feeling much more calm and okay